Thank you, John. Well, Forum is a exploration and discovery company. That's the first thing you have to know. And our focus is on energy metals. And it's funny, when investors show up at my booth, they think, oh, are you a lithium company or something like that? And when I think of energy metals, I think of copper, because copper is going to supply the growth in renewable energy, solar and wind. The electric vehicle market, an electric car takes 5 times as much copper as an internal combustion engine. So there's going to be incremental growth in copper there. And I think of nickel, because as John pointed out, it's going to be a big component for batteries. Disclaimer. So our value proposition is this. I've got a copper project that Rio Tinto right now is drilling for us under an option agreement where they must spend $30 million to earn 80%. It's in Saskatchewan, and Saskatchewan is the #1 province voted by the Fraser Institute for years. And hopefully they're going to be #1 today when they play with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. So the second thing is, as John pointed out, we've just acquired by staking a nickel, copper, platinum, palladium project in Saskatchewan that we think has been totally overlooked. And then in the portfolio, we have 7 drill-ready uranium projects, which are sitting in inventory. And when uranium turns, we've got some good assets there. It's a good base. So let's talk about our Janus Lake copper project. Janus Lake is located about 60 kilometers southeast of the Key Lake mine. And Rio Tinto is spending right now $3 million on a drill program. They plan on drilling 7,000 meters. As of last week, they were on hole 17. We should be getting results by late September. We're really excited about getting those results. So why did Rio Tinto jump into a little company like Forum? We were a $5 million market cap company, and they're going to put $3 million into this project. Well, number one, the project demonstrates size. We've got 50 kilometers of the sedimentary basin, which is a perspective for copper. We got grade. In September, after we acquired the project, September last year, just a year ago, we poked 4 holes into it, and we got 5 meters of over 2% copper in one of the holes. So we demonstrated that it has economic potential with the grade. And more importantly, by drilling last September, we demonstrate that it has open pit potential, and the predominant mineral is chalcocite, which is a very high-grade copper mineral, which will give a high-grade concentrate that we can ship anywhere around the world. These Proterozoic sedimentary copper deposits tend to be large. Like the Central African Copper Belt, it's a similar style deposit. The Revette Formation in Montana. But the best comparable is the Udokan deposit in Siberia. Not many people know about Udokan. It's got 54 billion pounds of copper in it and 200 million ounces of silver. On the left is our Janus Lake project. Back in 2.7 billion years ago, these two sedimentary basins were stuck together. So the geology in Saskatchewan is very, very similar to the geology at Udokan, and it's definitely similar mineralization, predominantly chalcocite. So that's what Rio Tinto sees. So here's our claim map. We staked 52 kilometers of this basin. First thing Rio Tinto did was they flew it with a high-resolution magnetic survey on 100-meter line spacings. The drilling is currently being focused on the Janus, Janus, and Kaz. These are historical occurrences on the property. And what they're trying to achieve is to confirm the structure stratigraphy and what's controlling the mineralization. But the reality is that's one small 3-kilometer footprint within 50 kilometers that they want to explore over the next 7 years. So results are expected within weeks. Yeah, here's this kind of shows you some of the magnetic results. So the red is magnetic highs, and the reason doing mag is so important is that the sediments that host the copper are magnetic. They have magnetite in it. So the exploration methodology is pretty simple. Just drill the mag highs, and hopefully there's going to be lots of copper. Janus, that was drilled in the late 90s, 0.7% copper over 33 meters. And so that's one of the areas that Rio Tinto's focusing on. They're also focusing on the Janus, and they've poked a few holes in the Kaz as well. So a couple of weeks, we should have some answers, and I'm waiting with bated breath. So not to sit around doing nothing, after we did the deal with Rio Tinto, we started looking around Saskatchewan because it's a great place to explore, number one, as we mentioned, but geologically it's just such a well-endowed part of Canada. And lo and behold, we were looking for other energy metal prospects, copper, nickel, and lo and behold, we saw that this Love Lake ultramafic complex was open for staking. So we jumped in there and staked 30,000 hectares of land. Love Lake is located about 60 kilometers to the northeast of our Janus Lake Rio Tinto joint venture. So it's a pretty hot part of Saskatchewan. So here's the claims out there in yellow. That's 30,000 hectares that we staked. And what we are staking is all the blue rocks there. That's the Swan River ultramafic complex. And what's interesting is that this Peter Lake domain, as it's called by the Saskatchewan Geological Survey, is the largest ultramafic complex in Canada. It's bigger than Sudbury. It's bigger than Voisey's Bay. So we've staked what we think is the best part of it, because there's been a lot of good data, geophysical data that we've combed through, and we staked this area here, which we call Love Lake. The green triangles are historic platinum palladium showings. And the boys were just up there last week for a couple of weeks. We brought back a whole bunch of samples, and they're currently in the lab, and we're just going to see what kind of nickel, copper, platinum, palladium results can come out of that program. And I anticipate they'll be very good, because this area has been known for many, many years as a platinum palladium enriched area, and we have the benefit of a lot of good work that's been done in the past. And just like Voisey's Bay, that thing was looked at how many times by Inco and a number of other explorers before the discovery was made. So if the results are good, we're going to do a follow-up airborne mag survey. So in our third leg to the stool is our uranium projects. We have about 7 drill-ready projects in the Athabasca Basin. They're all in inventory, lots of assessment. When uranium turns around, we'll be there to option those off. So we're going to use that as an optionality play. Good team. I'm proud to say that I've got a good board there that helps out, has been helping out Forum for many years. We get some good UK support as well. On the technical side, Ken and Boone discovered many deposits in the Athabasca Basin. Jim Atkinson, who works on Love Lake, worked in the early days of the Noront Ring of Fire discoveries, and Larry Hulbert is one of the experts, world-renowned experts for platinum palladium. Those guys are on our technical advisory board. And this is the crazy thing, as far as I'm concerned. We're on the verge of a major copper discovery, and we've got a $7 million market cap. Stock's trading 7 cents. So the results will be coming out in about 3 weeks. So thank you very much.